It's 6:05. I'm going to call the meeting of the Charter Review Subcommittee to order. This meeting is being recorded by the Charter Chapter 7.7 and 7.8 Review Ad Hoc Committee. If any other persons present are doing the same, you must notify me, the chairperson, at this time. Anyone else recording this? In accordance with Mass General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 20G, no person shall address a meeting of a public body without permission of the chair, and all persons shall, at the request of the chair, be silent. No person shall disrupt the proceedings of a meeting of a public body. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to do roll call. Chair David Singer, present. Councilor Golub.
Here.
Councilor Healy.
Here.
Councilor Moss. Councilor Moss. Isaac Moss. Albert Norman. Okay, so we have a quorum. Okay, so we have an agenda that has two parts to it. The first part is to accept the minutes of July 11, 2023 meeting, which was sent to us several weeks ago by Tammy. So this is what I understand over the last few days, Catherine, you have done some work on the minutes and you sent in a revised copy of the minutes that Tammy did, and that was placed on the revised agenda that was sent out today. So anybody who's watching this, there is a revised agenda online, which has attached to it the revisions that were made by Councilor Golub. What I would like to see done, if we want to do this efficiently, is to have first a motion made to approve the minutes that Tammy did, seconded, and then once that has happened, there's been a second, then Catherine, if you want to move to make a motion to amend, and then to the degree that you wish, explain how you amended the minutes, and then if that were and hopefully that motion would be accepted, would be approved, and then we'd have a discussion about the amendments, and if the amendments pass, then we would go back to the full body vote of that being amended as we amended it based on our conversation. Does that work for you? And does Derek? Yep. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so can I hear a motion then to a motion to accept the minutes as presented by Tammy from the clerk's office?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Is there any other discussion about this? This would be your chance, Catherine, to make
Sure. I'll move to amend the minutes. According to how I revise them. I don't have a very simple or short amendment. I have pages and pages of amendments. But I move to amend the minutes. Is that enough?
Yeah. So if I'm clear, you move to amend the minutes based on the document that you sent to that was sent out today and placed on the agenda today, correct?
That is correct. Entirety? In its entirety, yeah.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay. Is there any discussion on the amendment?
Yeah, I can explain what I did. First of all, I want to say I think Tammy did a great job. There were 4 hours of a meeting, and I would not expect her to take several days to write down word by word what was said and who said it. So I want to make that clear. And also, we came to a lot of agreement at our last meeting, and I want the record to state that very clearly, and to demonstrate who said what and who was in agreement with what. And so I went through this weekend spent like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours going through the video of the last meeting and writing down almost word for word who said what of the pieces that I felt were significant. I didn't do that for the entire meeting, but I did it most of the meeting. And yeah, so that's what I did. We'll also name that in an email to us today, Al asked that we did have roll call votes, but we didn't write down who voted in what way, and I think that I amended the minutes in some places to say that, but I didn't actually go through each of the votes and wrote that down. I told Al if I like that idea, but I'm not going to do it. If he wants to do that work, he can, or I'm not sure if that's something Tammy would do. But I would say that could be an additional amendment that could be worth doing.
Okay, my idea to deal with that is
Yeah.
that if we approve the amendment and then go on to incorporate the amendment into the full motion, the final task then would be to look at those votes that were not unanimous, to identify everyone in all the unanimous votes, which is certainly simpler to do.
Mm-hmm.
And those votes where there was one or two people not voting no, when the vote was not unanimous, to identify who voted what. And I think we could go back into the tape and identify who those people are, so we don't need to meet again or vote again on whether that's correct or not. I'm happy to send out a final set of minutes so people could see their names attached to each of the votes. But I would suggest that that's the way to cure that. So I'm willing to guide that
Great.
that process through if we are able to decide that we want to approve your minutes the way they're presented.
Okay.
And your amendment. So any other discussion about Catherine's amendment to change the minutes to incorporate, to be her version of the minutes, which incorporate her going back into the tape and putting in extra dialogue to make things clear for each of the votes? Anybody else have any discussion?
I actually do. I want to add that what prompted me to do this was Derek and I took the language from the last meeting and wrote a proposal, shared it with committee meeting members, and I heard from at least one member that they disagreed with what they had said in the meeting, and we're going back on it after many hours of many days of meetings. And I have very little interest. I want the record to be clear about what was said and not to be quibbling over what was said or the intention of what was said. People had an opportunity to speak their mind at the last meeting, and I want the record to show that clearly.
So, okay, Derek, anything you have to add to that?
I will say I haven't had a chance to kind of review that latest email sent, but I have a lot of faith in what Councilor Golub has done. She's taken the legwork on this, and I'd have to agree with her just on sheer faith.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I did read it, and so I think, Catherine, just for the record, what you're saying is that if the minutes are approved first and they demonstrate what was said at the last meeting, the votes that were taken, how they were taken, the wording of the votes, the rationale for the votes, that would be an underpinning for the counselors to go and then start to draft something based on that more detailed discussion.
100%. That was our charge, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I've heard from Derek that he's intending to do as well.
Well, again, I want to thank you and thank Tammy for the record. So let's if there's no further discussion on the amendment, let's vote on the amendment. All in favor? I'll do a roll call. Those in favor of approving the amendment, say yes. Derek, respond by saying yes. Derek?
Yes.
Catherine?
Yes.
David? Yes. Okay, so that amendment is approved unanimously. Now back to the full motion. The motion is to approve the minutes that were presented as amended. Those will be the minutes of the last meeting. Based on the last meeting, those will be the minutes that will be sent to the city council. As part of the end of this, I will go back to Tammy and ask her to display with each of the votes who voted and who voted yes, who voted no, who voted abstention in each vote. I think that's clerical. I will send that back out to everyone to see what has been changed so they can make sure that that wasn't incorrect. And then I will send then those minutes will be sent to the council by a cover letter.
Thank you.
Any other discussion?
Nope.
Nope, nothing else. Then can I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second,
Okay, all in favor by roll call? Derek,
yes.
Catherine,
Yes.
David, yes. I want to thank you, the three of you and everybody else on the committee for all their hard work. And I hope this proves to be fruitful when it gets sent up to the council level. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.